What's going on, guys? It's Hughes, and we are finally back making some Call of Duty content. As you guys just saw in the beginning, those were some clips that I hit in the beta, so I did wind up playing it. I definitely didn't play it as much as I wanted, and a lot of it was A, I just didn't have time, and then B, hitting clips is hard. As you guys saw, I had one quad feed, maybe 2 or 3 split quads. Like, it was not easy for me. As you guys can see, we're not currently still on the beta. I think it's been done for about a week or 2 now, so I just have some Modern Warfare gameplay in the background for you guys. But I kind of just wanted to give the good, the bad, the ugly, in my opinion, on the beta. It's had a little bit of time to sit for now, and I've had to fight my ignorance a little bit with the older Call of Duty titles, so I think I'm able to give a good opinion on the game kind of right now, how I'm feeling about it. Most of this is subject to change except for 2 of the major things, which I'll get into, but it was only like 20% of the game that came out with the beta, so I can't be too upset. So with that in mind, here's kind of like how I'm feeling about it. Firstly, let's get the 2 biggest things out of the way. This is what the community deemed to be their least favorite part, and personally for me, I feel the exact same way. The mini-map, and then Dead Silence. Now, Dead Silence, we know, has to be a field upgrade. They will not make it a perk. It is what it is. I've come to grips with it, but how they even have it as a field upgrade is atrocious. My opinion is very, very similar to everyone on Twitter. We all have the same complaints about the mini-map and Dead Silence, but the idea of making it a field upgrade, fine, whatever, we'll live with it. It's not the end of the world. But then they were like, yo, what if we actually made it have a sound when you popped it? So not only were you not quiet before, but now that you are supposed to be quiet, you're going to send off like a microwave beep every, like, who would it, what? So yeah, Dead Silence absolutely chalked. I hope they get rid of the noise, or they at least make it where you're completely silent for the field upgrade. That also kind of corresponds with footsteps. I wish they made it where the footsteps weren't as loud, but when you did certain things like mantle or slide or b-hop, then it would send off a little more of an audio cue, because we're in another game where you just sound whore, find where the dude's at, and then you get the kill, done, clean, that's it. But with Dead Silence aside, again, if you want more details on this and how my opinion is, just go to Twitter. Everyone on Twitter is saying the exact same thing, and it is the same thing I'm going to say. Now, moving on to the minimap. Another thing Infinity Ward will not change no matter what. I have no idea why, but they won't. They don't. The minimap, it works just like it did back in Modern Warfare. When they added it, originally I don't think there was a minimap, and then they added a minimap. The red dots don't go off if the enemy shoots, and you know, it's just not how COD usually is. If someone shoots, you can see where they're at on the minimap. If they have a silencer, you can't. That was like the core balance foundation for Call of Duty. It worked for so long, and then Modern Warfare 2019, they're like, yo, what if we changed it? And then they've struggled with it ever since. I think Vanguard got it right, but that was Vanguard. So 2 biggest things, the minimap and Dead Silence being a field upgrade and not a perk. I kind of expected it going in. I really thought they were going to change the minimap at least. That was a lot of the feedback that people gave during the beta. They didn't listen. It is what it is. Probably gonna have to work around it, but one thing that they tried to change for the better in this game was the maps. They learned a lot with map design from Modern Warfare 2019. I hated the maps in 2019. I thought it promoted camping way too much just because people were so nervous to peek or so nervous to move because you died super quick, which we'll get into time to kill in a second. So they made these maps smaller, made it so there was a lot more pressure in between players to try to push and get kills, and it was great. Map design from the outside looks amazing, and then you actually start to play it and you realize, oh, maybe we were wrong about this. So every mechanic in the game kind of caters towards a campier playstyle, even though a lot of people are complaining about skill-based matchmaking, which again I'll get into. It's very, if you push, you're going to die. If you try to make the play, you're going to die. The best thing you can do is sit and pre-fire, not even pre-aim, pre-fire a corner, and you're probably going to get the kill. Especially with the whole footsteps being cracked, you can literally just hear what side someone's going to come from, pre-fire, and you'll get the kill because you die in like 2 to 3 bullets. With that being said though, the map design is great. Everything else in the game, however, promotes camping, which kind of ruins the maps for me, because there are a lot of corners and spots that you can kind of nuzzle your way into and get those cheeky kills, which I'm not a fan of. And that's also why I'm so aggravated about the things that they did bad, because they did so much right in this game and in this beta so far that if they make these tiny little changes, it'll be phenomenal, but they won't do it. I don't know why. Obviously the game isn't out yet, but we'll see. But as of the beta, they did not change anything. So now talking about probably one of my biggest upsets, and I think around the whole community is probably one of the biggest upsets, and it's the skill-based matchmaking. If by chance you're unfamiliar with skill-based matchmaking, it's essentially your stats are kind of implemented in this system based on game to game, and your next game will put you in a lobby of similar talent, and so basically every lobby is a challenge. Unfortunately for Call of Duty, that means if you do good in one lobby, you're going to get swept the next lobby. You're going to have to try the entire time, which for me at least eliminated the casual experience. Now, I feel like it's toned down a little bit since Modern Warfare 2019, but I think that's only because the maps play better and I can play a little bit faster and feel like I'm actually doing better. So skill-based matchmaking is a huge problem. If they just scale it back a little bit, I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. I understand that whatever numbers they're looking at is telling them that that's the best way for them to do it. Not as many people leave lobbies and lobbies stay consistent with that change, but it's aggravating. Ask individually any player and none of them like it. Statistically it shows it, but player to player, I don't think we enjoy it. On the bright side of that though, they did mention, I think it was the last day of the beta, I think Infinity Ward tweeted out about the disbanding lobbies. That was our only saving grace to having skill-based matchmaking, is if you found a good lobby, that lobby would not disband after the match. You would stay in the lobby and you would just load up the next map, and it would, you know, be like old Call of Duties. We haven't had that in Modern Warfare 2019, and in Vanguard, I don't think Cold War had it either. Maybe, I don't know, but they did talk about it. They said that they were looking into it. If they do decide to do it how they used to, where no disbanding lobbies, you just go right back in, I don't think the skill-based matchmaking is going to be as bad, because then if you find a good lobby with people kinda, you know, not sweating but they're fun, like for me I quickscope, so if I get in a lobby where more people quickscope or they're not trying as hard, it's great, and then I can just stay in that lobby and we'll go and we'll play and have a good time. If they don't change it, then we're kind of right back to square one, but at least there's a little bit of talk on their side that they might change that. I finally got all my complaints out of the way. I could probably talk about those for hours upon hours, but I want to kind of keep it brief because, again, my opinion is very similar to everyone else's. We all kind of feel the same. The only unique opinion I think I have from the regular people playing is that I quickscope. I prioritize getting clips, trying to make sniping content alongside the camo grind when the game drops, but for sniping at least, it was pretty rough. Now granted, we had no attachments, so that could be the reason why, but for the Modern Warfare 2019 beta, I can't remember if there were snipers or not, but the base snipers in that still feel a lot worse than Modern Warfare 2, this beta right now. So I think the snipers are better. However, it was extremely hard to try to play with them because for quick scoping, you want to be aggressive. You don't want to hard scope and just hold angles. Unfortunately, as you guys saw from some of the clips, I had to, because it took longer for me to aim down sight than it took them to kill. The ADS speed is significantly slower than time to kill, and I think that with a few attachments, it should be okay, so I'm not too worried about it, but it was something I noticed right away, and I was like, damn, like, this is hard. To everyone who did hit clips in the beta, my hat goes off to you, because it's hard, okay? Like, for me at least, it was bad, and I'm not too bad at quick scoping, I don't think, but it was rough. Speaking about time to kill, I don't remember what podcast it was. I think it was The Flank, or it might have been the Optic podcast, I don't know. But they brought up the time to kill just like everyone else does when critiquing the beta. And I believe that they said numerically there is no difference in the time to kill than in other Call of Duties. However, it feels much faster. I think they were going off of like bullet damage, or like how much damage it takes to actually kill someone, which is like anywhere from 3 to 4 bullets. But I can just remember in other Call of Duties it felt a lot slower. Black Ops 4 is obviously the slowest it's ever been, and I think Vanguard and Modern Warfare 2019 was the fastest. Maybe Ghost might have been a little bit faster, I don't remember. Anyway, I think that we just need a good middle ground for that, and they said changing time to kill isn't as easy as just bumping up everyone's health. It's a whole numerical scale that they have to change per attachment, but I think the game would greatly benefit from it. Add like just a little bit slower, 1 to 2 more bullets, and I think you have a great game, especially since there's not as much advanced movement. if you start to get pre-fired around a corner, there is a chance for you to like duck, dodge, or they can miss a bullet and you can win the gunfight. So I think it's a little bit of a balance thing, and it'll work out pretty well. I don't have too much to talk about when it comes to the guns because I really didn't use any of them. Jev's been talking a lot about the camo grind, what to expect. I'm very excited for it. It seems like it's going to resemble Modern Warfare 2019 a lot in the grind progression. When it comes to the new gunsmith, I'm bittersweet about it. I never really liked the gunsmith to begin with. I'm very much classic pick 10, choose what attachments you like, and that's that. I never wanted to look at all the stats of different foregrips, but here we are. Again, I'm sniping, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. So I just have to look forward to the camo grind and using the guns. But I don't have too much to really say about the guns because I didn't get into the nitty gritty during the beta. Obviously, when the game comes out, I'm sure I'll talk about it in some videos, but for now, I think they play well. A lot of the people have said that they've played well, like a lot of people in the community. So I'm just gonna leave it at the guns goes great. Maps are pretty good. Few core changes I think need to be made just to make the game as best as it possibly could. But again, I don't want to seem too negative on the fact that I brought up so much of the things I didn't like, because the only reason I think they're so bad is because the goods are so strong that if they just change the bads a little bit, we have a really solid year. It's like Modern Warfare 2019, beautiful game. It looks great. Hopefully it plays great. We'll have to see when the game actually comes out, but if you guys decided to sit through this whole video and just listen to me ramble, I appreciate it. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for my opinions on the beta so far. Again, not too much I can say because it's only 20% of the game, but until the full game comes out, or actually the campaign. I'll be playing the campaign. I think I'm just gonna upload it as episodes instead of live streams. Reason why is I'm back in college and I have to leave a lot during the day, so it's easier for me to just record, post a video, and we're good. Speaking about college, during my free time, I've actually been playing Modern Warfare 2019, trying to just snipe a little bit. So expect some content on that to come out pretty soon, probably leading up until the actual release. But yeah, not too much more I can say on the beta. I'm very optimistic. I'm getting back in the groove playing Call of Duty, so it should be a good year. But if you guys decide to stick around, thank you so much. I've missed uploading YouTube videos, so we'll get back into the swing of things. Might take a little bit, but like I said, very grateful you guys stuck around. I'll see you when I see you, and yeah, it's been your boy Hughes. Keep it easy.